AITA for giving my sister-in-law baby formula? I'm going to start my post by saying that I don't have kids and I have no experience with babies or motherhood or children. I'm 18 and beyond being around them in group settings where at least one of the parents and a ton of other people are around. That's it. Just for some context to my post. My brother's wife had a baby 17 days ago. I didn't go visit them yet, but my brother and Sil sent me some pictures. My brother said our cousin Rachel was around a lot because my Sil is having trouble breastfeeding. And Rachel is a big believer in it and is helping her. I offered to help them if I needed it, and on Saturday they asked me to go to grocery store for them because no home delivery had an open spot. When I dropped the food off, I was shocked at how bad my Sil looked. She literally looked like the Walking Dead. Barely awake and not showered, and she was actually crying because she was so frustrated. It actually scared me how bad she looked. At first I didn't want to butt in, but it bothered me so much I went back to the store and got a can of baby formula. I figured it would give her a break and my niece could eat. It was even worse when I gave it to my Sil because I said it was no big deal if my niece got formula. It wasn't a problem. My Sil broke down and I was honestly scared because she was weeping. Like in the movies when someone dies, kind of weeping. No one told her it was okay not to breastfeed. She felt so guilty because of Rachel butting in and no one telling her formula was okay. I actually ripped my brother a new one because he sat back while my Sil suffered. There was no way he didn't see how bad she looked. No offense, but she looked terrible. I got my Sil to shower after my niece ate and fell asleep, and I changed the sheets on the bed and told my Sil to sleep while my niece slept, and I said I would get more baby formula. I thought I did the right thing because my Sil actually stopped crying, showered and slept, and the next 3 days she looked better and didn't cry again. My niece gets full. My idiot brother smartened up and told Rachel to stay away and everyone else, especially our parents and Sil's parents, to butt out. They take turns feeding so they both can sleep. My parents and Rachel are furious at me. Sil's sister was in agreement with Rachel and left me an angry voicemail full of swearing. Rachel basically had Sil holding the baby while topless 24/7, and my dumbass brother sat there and didn't help with the baby at all. Rachel breastfed all her kids until they could walk and talk and never had problems, but my Sil obviously did. My dad said I overstepped and should not have butted in. Normally I'm big on MYOB, but this time I was scared shitless after seeing Sil on Saturday. Since I'm not a mother or baby expert, I have no idea what it is like with a newborn. I'm second guessing now after feeling like I did the right thing because everyone is angry with me and say I should MYOB. NTA, you have done an amazing thing. Bewildering how an 18-year-old with no experience raising babies has more common sense than multiple adults with multiple children. I really hope your brother and Sil choose to ignore the input and pressures of others and continue to do what is best for their family. NTA. I teach developmental psychology, and one of the biggest conversations I have with my students each semester is that a fed baby with sane parents is the goal. Breastfeeding is often sold as the best, only responsible option. But that just isn't true. While breast milk is associated with better short-term outcomes, by the time kids are in school there is no significant difference between breastfed and formula. Kids, you did right by helping your sister-in-law. In that state she couldn't be the best possible parent for her kid. Sometimes we need to be given permission to do things in a way that works for us rather than the way society tells us. You gave her that permission. Honestly, I think you are a great Sil. How supportive you were. Not everyone can breastfeed, and your SIL was being made to feel like a failure. The goal at the end of the day is for the baby to get nutrition. The baby now has a full tummy and mom had a shower and a nap. Good job, little SIL. NTA. Not even a tiny bit. NTA. The breast is best. Crowd seem all too willing to allow suffering, but the reality is, fed is best. And you did a good thing for your SIL and the baby. The only person who could conceivably even call you an asshole in this situation is your SIL. It can be tricky trying to give advice to new mothers, even with the best intentions. She seems to have genuinely needed and benefited from your intervention though, and isn't listed among the many people giving you shit for it. So I assume she's grateful. Fed is best. And everyone who isn't that baby's mother can fuck off. You are NTA. NTA. You probably saved the baby's life. Husband should have taken her to the hospital and they would have probably done the same thing. Giving the baby formula. Some people are so smug about thinking they are right they ignore the facts under their noses. Edit. Not only are you NTA, you are a smart, kind and loving person. NTA. Thank you for doing what 3 adults wouldn't. There are babies that starve to death because they aren't getting enough breast milk, and new mothers that end up stressing and pushing themselves into postpartum depression over it. I applaud you for stepping up and taking care of the family. Getting your niece fed, your SIL taken care of, and the new parents into a better, healthier way of parenting. You did not overstep. You did not butt in. You did what needed to be done, and it doesn't matter what experience you have because you have common sense. It doesn't matter what the cousin or your parents think because it sounds like your brother and SIL are happy with your intervention. I would remind anyone that is angry that the health of the baby and mom and the new parents bonding with the baby are what is important, and not an argument of formula versus breast milk. Congratulations, Auntie. NTA. Not everyone can breastfeed. An outsider's forcing her to do it is not going to be good. If she can't do it, then she should formula feed. Fed is best. NTA. You could use the MYOB argument on them as well. NTA. The breast is best mentality is super toxic. If women can and want to, that's great. But no one should feel like they have to breastfeed, and women that cannot shouldn't be made to feel lesser than. Fed is best. Mothers feeling sane and in control of their own body is also best. NTA. Breast may be optimal under perfect conditions, but the must breastfeed or else philosophy can be downright dangerous when conditions do not support it. As here, your SIL was exhausted and miserable. The baby was starving, and the benefits of breastfeeding in this case were clearly substantially outweighed by the toll the effort was taking on both of them. Rachel is the off for pushing breast or else philosophy when it was clearly not healthy for either mom or baby. In general, ideologies were made for people, not people for ideologies. If your ideology cannot bend to suit human needs, it will break people, and that is evil. NTA. You did absolutely the right thing. This sounds very serious. It seems like your SIL needs professional help and your brother is clearly no help at all. Also, what does your SIL mean that nobody told her formula was okay? Millions of babies worldwide are raised on formula, including me. My mother had basically no milk at all. Why would it not be okay? Has she had no medical guidance at all? Hi. Yes. 37-week pregnant person here. You literally are a fucking angel. NTA. God. I wish there were more people like you. At 18, You have more empathy and compassion than most adults do. You literally gave that woman her sanity back and helped her around the house without being asked. I'm so impressed with you and your maturity. Fuck your family. I'll be your mom. I'm proud of you, sweetie. NTA. Yes. You might have make a bunch of haters. But you clearly helped a lot yourself. Life is not always about not making enemies. It's choosing wisely which one. You did good. Sil was in a toxic environment and gave her a chance. NTA. You are a hero. Your Sil didn't get to choose, but got pressured. You are a hero for giving her the right to choose. Your niece won't getting enough nutrients. You are a hero for making sure she is fed. Fed as best. Your Sil was suffering mentally and physically. You are a hero for rescuing her. I'm telling you this as a mother that is exclusively breastfeeding. It is my choice. My body is able to. And it's what works best for my family. The moment I want to stop, I stop because it's no longer the best choice for my family. And fed as best. Funny how those people who told you that you were butting in were actually the ones that were butting in and exerting their own beliefs and wishes on Sil. Keep them out the door. And congratulations on becoming an aunt. I already know you'll be a great one. NTA. Fed as best. NTA. Yes, all Earth mums in the prelapsarian paradise fed their babies and there was no formula then. But an awful lot of mums and babies didn't make it. You helped and mum and baby are thriving. Well done. NTA. The psycho, every woman must breastfeed, crowd are out of their minds. For some women it simply doesn't work. Instead of guilting her, they should have helped her. As you did. Good on you. Your poor Sil. NTA. Sorry, bit off topic, as not sure what country you are in, but does a midwife or someone not visit on the days after birth to check up on mum and baby? In UK, a health visitor normally visits to check in. NTA. Not everyone can breastfeed, and from the sounds of it, your Sil might be one of them. That doesn't make them bad mothers, and no one should be made to feel guilty to feed their baby formula.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.